Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. In just a few moments, we'll be starting our first aircraft demonstration of the day. Our U.S. Army Special Operations Command airplane will be launching momentarily. Air shows.
Okay, you're going to get a chance to see a helicopter do something sort of unusual. Today you're going to be watching Terry from Dutch Country Helicopters. He's flying a Bell 47 B1. The Bell 47 was produced from 1945 till 1973. There were 6,632 made. We have 18 popular models. Terry's demonstrating some prop duster turns at this time. That's one of the reasons why a lot of people like the Bell 47, because we use it for a lot of different utility missions. Jack's one of our trustees of our association and moves helicopters for the American Helicopter Museum. I've asked Terry to do a full touchdown auto rotation today for you folks. You get to see how it actually works. We'll be doing that a little bit later in the show. This particular helicopter that Terry is using right now is one he uses for instruction. A lot of people ask me, they say, how many hours does it take to get your helicopter pilot's license? Well, that's sort of up to you, folks. If you've got the aptitude to tap your toes, rub your belly, pat your head all at the same time, you might make a pretty good helicopter pilot. But to answer your question, we usually try to see people go in about 50 hours. And the other thing is, it's about a cost of close to $9,000 to get your private helicopter pilot's license. We're going to be having a show inside the theater at 1 o'clock. Not too long after this demonstration, at 1 o'clock inside the little theater, and it's going to be doing with the Whirlybirds. Whirlybirds is one of the popular shows like MASH that utilize the Bell 47. He's coming down roughly about 45 to 50 miles per hour. He's found his landing spot. He's trimming his speed. He's going to flare, bring the skids level, and do a run-on landing. Hey, let's give Terry Inch a hand for that good touchdown auto rotation. Folks, if you look to you in the front, you'll see another Bell 47 helicopter. That's Charlie Cosenza's from New York. Again, I want to remind you that at 1 o'clock we're going to have a special show inside the little theater area. Goes behind the scenes of the television show, The Whirlybirds. Again, thank you for coming to Rotorfest. God bless you.
Thank you, Joey. Our Bell 47's spinning down now. Overhead. Ladies and gentlemen, flying in front of you now and off to your right is an Enstrom. That's really what we all started off with. But the aircraft we'll be seeing after this are going to use something called a gas turbine engine, which produces more power per weight than the reciprocating engines. But of course, the first helicopters did depend on reciprocating engines. Enstrom coming back around to the left now. A slow speed pass over the runway. By the way, it takes a lot more energy for a helicopter to hover high than it does low. Also, the density of the air has a lot to do with the performance of the helicopter. Generally speaking, air molecules near the ground are much closer together, and that creates a much denser air mass for us to fly in, and it's actually easier. As we get higher, the air molecules disperse. Also, as the day gets hotter, air molecules disperse. Thus, on a standard day in the very hot summer months, it's going to take more power for that helicopter to do any particular maneuver than it would on a cold day. Also, curiously, humidity has an adverse effect. You know, we often say on a very humid day that if the air was so humid we could cut it with a knife, similar to the marble. With a much less dense ping pong ball, we actually get a less dense air mass, and it takes more power for the helicopter to work in a humid environment. Beautiful selection of aircraft here today. Many people have said this may be the most diverse selection. Taking the runway now is a Schweitzer S269. The Schweitzer is another piston engine or reciprocating engine aircraft. As you can see, this is a small civilian-like aircraft. It's actually got a fairly advanced rotor head, though, I believe. I can't see that, but it appears to have for an aircraft to take off into the wind. As you can see, this aircraft has a main rotor system and a tail rotor. The tail rotor is more correctly known as an anti-torque device against its natural tendency to want to come to the left. Nice job by Sean Johnson with the Schweitzer S269 from Pocono Mountains Municipal Airport. This is an EC-135P1 model piloted by John Harvey. Flight nurse, I believe, is Ken Campbell, with flight paramedic Tim Braun. Based at Brandywine Airport right here where we are.